All right. Where is? Okay.
Woo, we did it.
We did it. Is everyone seeing
At least on
me?
my end.
Yep. Yeah, stream's back up on my
Yep.
end. Looks good.
Alrighties.
Yep, it's back up on my end as well. Everybody's saying the switch was successful, so hooray!
Okay.
Good job with that baton pass, everybody.
Alrighty. So let's. Whoop. You said everyone was in the chat now?
Everyone should still be in the chat. Let me actually open up Firefox now that I don't have OBS open. That too. So let's see. Do 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 do. Da, 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 da. Come on, I was just here. You're still live on my end, so yeah, you're just showing the ads right now.
Okay.
Yeah, same for me.
Good, good, good.
Let me see. Everybody's still here, pretty much. Although the stream says we have 4 viewers, but as far as I can tell, everybody's still here. So I'm not sure if it's like loosey goosey this time or something.
Okay. Well, I think I'll give people 2 more minutes. Then I'll start kicking off at 8:05. How does that sound? And then that way, if anybody wants
Sounds
to
good
take
to
like,
me.
yeah, if anyone wants a pee break or something.
For sure. I also just realized. I'm sorry. I'm just. Erudite says, I'm not here. I'm not here. What are you talking about?
Saffron Wave is so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Going to overhaul with all
It
of the
is.
glitter.
I can't help it. People just make so many good sparkly brushes. I have to have them all.
Oh yeah.
I know, right? It's like, you just gotta use them. They need love.
Like
It's like my own personal version of Pokemon. I gotta catch them all.
I'm I am so glad that I can't figure out how to buy Clippy from Clip Studio because I would just spend all my money on brushes.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
It'd be awesome.
Oh, I just get Clippy when it's when they do those free login campaigns.
Oh
Because
yeah,
otherwise
like
I
the
don't
login
Oh
spend on
bonuses.
Clippy.
yeah,
I
no, that's
think I
not.
still have like 500. Also, yes, Blue Dragon, please. I was not gonna make a new tweet. I was just gonna retweet Batichi's tweet because I am lazy like that. I am so sorry. Um, I'm just basically saying I finished streaming now. It's Batichi's turn. I'm gonna link that. So, da, 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 da. I'm piggybacking off your tweet, Batichi, like a good little CEO.
Do it. Take credit for my work.
I
It means
shall.
I'm moving
Thank
up.
you.
I'm moving on up.
I'm also not paying you, so you know nobody gets paid to be honest. So
Yeah, I don't get paid enough. I wish I did. I'm doing a free
I
web
wish we
comic.
all did.
Okay, it's
Yeah, that'd be
8:06.
nice.
It's 8:06.
Alrighty,
So I'm gonna move over to if I can figure out which icon is the. There we go.
okay. So everyone, if you're all gonna retweet again, I do appreciate. I really do. So go ahead and feel free to retweet the quote tweet that the account has just done.
Also looking for the reference.
I'll link it in the voice chat, or actually in announcements. So, oh no, I forgot that when I'm in tablet mode, everything goes wonky. Never mind. I guess I can't link that. Yeah, because I was using my computer as a tablet, but it's because I think you asked me earlier, Batichi, and I think I forgot to like completely answer. I my current computer is not a what is it? Surface Pro? It's not. It's an HP MB laptop, normal laptop. It's just um apparently it's just what's called two in one.
Okay.
Um, but the thing is that I think because it's not exactly, quote unquote proper thing combo whatever, if I spend too much on it has like a a quasi crypto what? No, quasi syntic thing.
You
You can
just
tell I'm
did.
getting tired. Um Quasi syntic thing, if I use it too much in that position, when I return it to normal laptop, it keeps functioning as a tablet. So it's like, oh well, I have to restart it. And I'm not gonna restart it now because obviously, we gotta be
Gotta
here.
be here.
Gotta be here.
I guess I should get to doodling. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Batichi or Kay from I do the webcomic 12 of Magic and Muses. I actually just finished it. Was it last weekend?
Hooray!
Yeah,
Everybody
finished.
post
Congratulations.
dating emojis and
I
Yeah.
think I've got a
congratulating
clapping one somewhere. Let me see.
congratulating Batichi on finishing her webcomic.
Yay. It's finally
I've
over.
I've got this one with confetti.
It's if I'm not mistaken, I think you said it's like the first of a trilogy, right? Because now you're the second part of that is gonna go up in January, right?
Yeah, so originally my plan was to make 3 books, and then I found out that you can't physically print the story that I made into one book. So the first book became a trilogy. Um, and so now I'm making the second series, which looks like it's going to be about 2 books. It's pretty much like fully drawn. I just have to do all of the fancy art with it um, to get the inks up. And then
Yeah.
so it'll be starting in January.
Yep.
And
Also,
it's
Blue Dragon, thank you for linking our comics in the chat. I totally forgot in my intro to mention that I make a comic. Oh well, that's how that's how brain dead I am, I guess.
aw,
Well, I mean, you were working on the comic page earlier, so
yeah,
That's true. If people didn't realize that before, they sure did
people could
now.
pick up on the context clues that you have a comic.
yeah.
Nah, you didn't drop the ball. Blue Dragon, you didn't drop the ball. You're doing much better. a much better job than I would have. So don't worry. Thank you. A most excellent moderator you have been. Ay, ay, ay. Do, 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 do.
All right. Give a little cat's eye rhinestones. Whoop.
Looking really nice so far.
Thank you. I mean, she's like an eyeball and a nose, but that's good.
Oh, okay. I think I figured it out. All right. Uh-huh. Figured out a workaround. Where's my mouse? Let's see. What's say in the chat? Indeed. Bedazzled was a genius choice of a merchandise toy. All in a nose. That's right. Hika. Also, your pen slash tools list is so clean. Mine is clogged with downloads.
I'm just, I'm the default artist, which is I use the basic default tools, and that's how I work everything off of.
I didn't show mine because mine is like, this is a mess only NAAN understands type of list. Like I have it I don't have it like yours because you have like the list and then like the sample list as like grid based. No, I have to have it all in a list only. But on the sidebar I have just like, okay, this icon is all my certain pens, and inside that tool subdivided into like maybe I don't know 10 subtools. One might be for all the pens that are like G pen. One might be for like pens that have texture. One might be pens that are kind of like this texture, and so on and so forth. So I have one for pencils, for tones. I have like 5 icons for tones only because they're divided into like this is effects, this is house, this is something again. An organization that only NAAN understands.
Well, if it works for you, then it works for you. I mean,
True.
so long as you understand the method behind the madness.
And there's always madness in this house. Ikatamika. So ballad. True. Oh no. Okay, well, if you guys hear a phone in the background, I cannot stop that call because it is a warning call. It's a state warning call for when bad weather is coming. So let me see what happens.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Let me go mute for. Oh, you're not done. Okay. Actually, I just realized I might dox myself, so I'm gonna go mute again.
Yeah. Sorry. Not very good conversationalist when I'm concentrating on drawing. That's why I find it so hard to stream.
I have the same issue.
Okay, I think it's done. Also, it's okay if you're not conversationalist. Sometimes I am, like, sometimes I can ramble the night away, and other times I'm just like, no, I don't talk so good. I'm just gonna be quiet, let the music play. Also, that was a storm warning, but how do I say the they changed the way they do alerts in my state to the point where they mention everybody literally in this state, and I was like, why did you just say the entire state? Just say the entire state. You could have said like 5 minutes listing everybody.
Sounds annoying.
Uh, Alrighty, let me catch up on the chat here. Uh, Hika. So Bella. No, I already said that. Blue Dragon. Ruh-roh. I hope it's nothing too bad. Hika. Same. Geo alerts are always so startling. Um, man, how can I say this? They are, but I guess for me, being from Puerto Rico, where any moment from September to November, it's hurricane season. So you kind of always have to be alert for anything that could happen, including alerts. So it's kind of like, I guess, normalized for me. But I will say that the way that Iowa does it is like way different than how Puerto Rico does it, which was the startling part for me because it's like, oh, wait, they alert you on literally everything as long as you sign up. Okay, noise. Okay, that means pay attention, I guess. Um, so I like the system in Iowa. I don't know if it's the same in any other state, but at least the one here, it's like, this is fine.
It's
Um,
fine.
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It'll be fine. Hika, this fort shortening is amazing, by the way. Yeah.
Aw, thank you.
Blue Dragon. Oh yeah, any weather alert. You never know if it's something big or something small. Also, fort shortening for the win. That's 2 for 2. Can we get a 3 for 3?
You're so
Also,
sweet.
because I have been checking my email, cause stuff. People have been donating on Ko-fi, and
Yay!
somebody here tried to be sneaky.
Uh,
I'm not looking at anybody, but it's somebody who's streaming.
Oh no.
oh.
I'm not gonna say how many you donated, but Hero Kips donated. Thank you. And oh wait, where is it? Where can I see how much they donated? Well, let's just say I think we reached the $30 goal.
Yay!
Hooray.
Let me verify. I don't want to talk too much. 10. Yeah, we're way beyond 30 now.
That's good. That'll cover
Nice.
hosting.
Hooray! For at least 2 years. Um, we're
It's
still gonna
funded on
stream
the first
today.
day.
Yay! We're still gonna stream tomorrow because
All right.
obviously we did say we were gonna stream tomorrow. Um, and more money is always good because as I said at the beginning of the stream, I am someone who likes to take as many when it comes to stuff like websites and stuff, like if there's an opportunity to like say, "Hey, you want to pay for 3 years at once?" Yes, please. I will do it.
Yeah.
Um, so obviously more money for that is always good. Um, Also, yeah, post DNC emotes in the chat. We funded for at least 2 years for the one that
Sweet.
we're looking at. Oh, okay. Well, my Twitch just went crazy. Oh well. Anyway. Um. Oh my God, Carrie. So many emotes.
Yeah, I've got all these free subs from other people for all these different channels. I gotta use these emotes.
Yeah, no, that's me. I love the I love the emotes I have from the free gifted stuff, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna miss these emotes when I don't have the sub anymore.
Yeah.
That's what
I think
Twitch
that's all
wants
like
you
the
to
moving
do.
ones that I have that are
Twitch wants you to be
befitting the
addicted. Alrighty, so let me catch up on the chat because it's been a wild ride. I hate how confused I was on the kid on the difference between a tornado watch and a warning. Like I know now, but man, not sure why it was so confusing. Yeah, I when I came here, I got confused too because like in Puerto Rico, we're like, is a hurricane coming or not? It's coming. Okay, you know, it might be coming. Okay, but then here and now it's like, watch, warning. Like, wait, what's the difference? So, watch, we're watching a tornado. What? Come and destroy us? Okay.
I
Uh,
literally heard the best explanation for how to tell which one is which. Um,
mm-hmm.
Watches are we have all the ingredients to make tacos. Um,
Oh,
and warnings are tacos are happening.
that's a good analogy. I'm gonna use that. Now I want a taco.
Yeah, I would go for a taco.
Yeah,
Fortunately, I don't
that'd
have to worry
be.
about tornadoes where I live, but we do get like wildfire alerts and stuff like that. So that's a different
Oh
kind of
yeah,
fun.
yeah. It's pretty funny. I wasn't expecting for like Iowa to have like hurricane problems, obviously, but I came here and
Hmm.
they're like, yeah, we have tornadoes here. I'm like, are you serious? I went from one dangerous climate operation to another. Congrats, I played myself, I guess.
Uh,
Oh, but let's see. Let me catch up on the chat. Woot! Are y'all funded? Let's go, domain name party! Woo woo! I want Aradia to take over the world. You know what? So do I, Hika. So do I. I want it to get so big that we get invited to Japan, and then maybe Europe, and then maybe Africa, and then maybe somewhere else where magical girls live. No, magical girls reign. That's what I meant to say.
we'll beat up, we'll beat Elon Musk to Mars. That's what we'll do.
Oh, we probably could. Um, Hero Kib, yay! Thank you for donating, Hero Kib, to the Ko-fi. Thank you again for donating as much as you could. Um, Hero Kib, I grew up in Arkansas. Watch just means that the weather could make a tornado, but nothing has been spotted. Yeah, yeah. I love the taco analogy, says Blue Dragon. Just had tacos for lunch. Dun dun dun. Um, Ricey Comics. I hope I said that right.
RYC
Or
Comics?
Rick.
RYC.
RYC Comics. Yeah, maybe it's Rick Comics. I'm not sure. I'm
He's
sorry if I said
back!
it wrong.
He's here for me!
He came for you. Something tells me a lot of people that may come now come for you,
Oh.
which is good. It means people like you.
Finally, friends.
Friends, Watch's hurricane is going clockwise. Warning is going counterclockwise. I suspect everybody who's here is smarter than me and knows that because unfortunately one of the weak spots I have for English language, and I'm a native speaker. I know it's weird, but it's a long story. Is that I've never understood the concept of clockwise and counterclockwise in English because we just tend to say right and left in Spanish. Or maybe there's an equivalent in Spanish, and I speak Puerto Rican Spanish, so we're gonna be a little stupider. Um, Ricey Comics. Batichi got it right. I don't know what you got right, but you know what?
His
Let's say
name.
you got everything. Okay, cool.
It was his name. Now I'm trying to figure out how to send this picture to someone. I'll properly export them when everything's over, but
It's
if
no
you would
problem.
like it immediately, it's in the Discord chat.
Sweet. It looks so good. This is really cool.
Alrighties. Did anyone else have
Oh, that's right. Hero Kib, since you donated, would you like something? Because we're trying to pay back the donations with art. If there's something you would like us to draw, um, if I think you are you in our Discord? Yes, you are in the Aradia Discord. Feel free to post if you want art. Feel free to post it in the no mic chat. Um, and Batichi will any one of us really, because like whoever you want us. Oh God, you can tell I'm getting tired. I don't know words anymore. Sentences. What are they? Sentences are fake. They're a bourgeoisie plan. Um. I, but yeah, whoever you want to draw something for you, just say so and they'll draw it. Bored. I got a dip, but the stream was fun. No problem. Thanks for coming.
All
I'm
right,
glad you
thanks
had
for
fun.
hanging out.
yeah.
Yes. Thanks.
Trying to find my file. Where is my file?
Hika, thanks so much. This is awesome. Yay.
Yay!
A satisfied customer.
Well, in this case, I'll work on my own stuff.
No problem. Let me check who's in the chat. Again, you don't have to talk if I mention you. I just like to see who's here with us. So the aliens are still with us. We're going strong with the aliens. Boyd is still here. I suspect this might be Twitch lagging in processing who's left and who's not. Commander Root is still here. Elysian, Erudine. Feet! Feet is still with us!
Woo!
Post feet emojis. Hero Kib, Hika Tamika, Jakam Jankam Brams, or Jakam Brands,
Jank
or
ham.
Jankam Brands.
It's Jank Hambrams.
Okay, cool. It was gonna be one of those four I just said. So Jankam Brands. Welcome. I'm sorry for butchering your username in like four versions. Um, Rank, of course. RC Comics. Shadowhood. Shadow. Hello.
Yay, Shadow.
Valentina Alcaraz and Violet's TV. And Cam Brand says, why, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Half the fun of this name is the mispronunciation, so no worries. Oh no. Well, hey, ham is delicious. So,
Oh, that just reminded me we're gonna have pork chops for dinner tonight.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm so
Mmm.
excited.
I have pork belly I need to use up in the fridge.
Agreed. Ham is amazing. See? Cultured people. That's who we have here.
Oh, don't scare
It's
away.
about the pork.
That's not kosher though.
Anybody?
I did not hear that. It just came in as
Sorry. I said we won't tell anybody. We'll keep it
Oh,
secret. What happens here stays here.
okay.
Good to know if I make a horror movie, I can just use this mic, I guess.
It reminded me more of the aliens from Galaxy Quest. I don't know if you've seen that
Oh,
movie.
true. Uh,
The lady with the
Galaxy. Yeah.
broken translator.
No, no, no. I was thinking I've never seen that movie and the only way I remember is because of Tim Allen for some reason. It's that one, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, and also I just remember the logo because I've never watched the movie, but for some reason the logo has burned into my brain.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's fun.
I mean, other than the fact that Tim Allen is in it, it's pretty rad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you figure there's Tim Allen, but it's also got Sigourney Weaver and Alan Rickman.
Yes, and she is
So
so done in that movie, and I love it.
yeah, she's amazing.
Let's see. Oh, Hero Kips has posted. Anyone who wants to could draw my trouble. My oh Jesus, could draw my character trouble in the chat in the Discord chat. Aw,
Oh, that's such a cute
she's so
design.
she's cute. I love the little chameleon. Aw. So yeah,
Okay,
anyone who wants to can draw them.
1 second. I gotta save this thing.
I'll probably do the least tomorrow then. Which works for me because tomorrow I was thinking, because there's a reason why I said in the announcement, maybe a let's play big maybe is because one of the original ideas I had for this stream was to maybe have like
Get off my keyboard. Oh my gosh, Nori, stop it. Sorry, one of my cats
was
crawled on my desk.
no, it's okay. They just wanted to be part of the stream.
I guess so.
Um, there were four actually. There were four games I thought that we could play if the whole art thing didn't work, and they're all magical girl related. Um, and I was like, it would be fun to like play one of them, both for promo for the game, and also because, of course, related to the genre. But the fact that we're getting some donation requests in means that I might not have to do that because time needed to draw. So that's good. Unless, I don't know, people want to see that still. The what the chat is saying. Right. I miss doing web comics. I know that feeling. The Blue Dragon. Alan Rickman. Oh, Alan Rickman is in that movie. Jeez. Okay. I'm game for anything. I appreciate the pun. Good pun. Ay, ay, ay. Excuse me. Jesus, excuse me. Oh, yeah, yeah. I
You doing okay, champ?
I'm yeah, I'm just checking Twitter, right, to see if somebody has asked something. One of the things that's trending on my end. Oh wow, two interesting things are trending right now. Fantastic, you know. One says Gen Zers are hoping for a housing market crash so they can afford to buy a home. Can of all. One says 6 planets are in retrograde right now, which explains everything. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alrighty, let's check the chat. Hika, it's always insightful to get to watch someone's art process. I agree. He could also says the retrograde thing really does. I don't know, man. I like astrology, but sometimes people. I don't know, man. I'll just say sometimes it's a little. It's a little too. I don't know anymore. I just like the Mercury retrograde jokes.
I just like saying that's it. It's
Right,
in
comics.
Gatorade.
Damn, is the economy that bad that even Mercury is in decline? Yeah. Oh boy. Even Mercury's in decline. I'm gonna, if I could only pin that in the chat. It's so even Mercury is in decline. When my life is annoying, I get to yell at the sky. Wave your fist to the sky. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah. There's there's a picture I like. Um, that it's been posted, but let me see. And where is it? Here it is. I think it's like from a picture book, but obviously they edited to. The main title is "It's a beautiful day to yell at God," saying, "What the come on? We just want to talk." Faces, you cowards. And I love that so much. Ay, ay, ay. This is looking most cute, Batichi.
Oh, thank you. I'm getting some was it Dorame, Renmei vibes?
Yeah, I was about to say, it kind of reminds me of Doremi, yeah.
It's got that same kind of whimsical vibe.
I
Yeet.
need. Yeah.
I think you might have to repeat that because you went full robot for me.
Doremi, yep, Yep. I need to properly watch that show. Oh, good. No, it's just he cat. It's Doremi, yeah. A good thing to be inspired by, if so. True. Hero Kib, I had Doremi on the brain when I designed her. Hey,
Oh,
there you go.
yay!
That's a good one. Excuse me. Blue Dragon, I have to ask, is that a thermometer joke? Right, comics. I do not understand thermometer. Why is that word suddenly hard? Thermometer references. If somebody else made the joke, that means AI joke is reaching professional quality. They used to use mercury in thermometers. You know what? I feel like I remember reading that somewhere once. It's interesting how a lot of things used to be dangerous before, and we just survived them by some sheer miracle.
I mean, a lot of us died.
Also true.
Like, people's mortality rate
You
was
know,
pretty high.
50-50. You know, 50-50. Dark humor, everybody. Man, it's kind of like a asbestos. Now that's a thing for like the past decade, past 2 decades. I don't know.
I think asbestos has been around, like, for a while. I know we still have problems with, like, lead
No, I
paint and
mean
stuff.
like, yeah, no, I mean like, but the notion that it's like, oh, people are realizing it's dangerous now. I mean,
Oh,
because lead, I think it's been like since the 80s or 90s, so that we know it's dangerous now. I mean,
yeah.
right, comics. My headcanon is Sailor Mercury does not have a boyfriend because she thinks she'll kill them. joke on that has like so many layers to it.
Kind of
I
makes
tip
me wish that
the
they'd
brow of
gone.
my hat to you, sir.
It makes me wish that um oh, I can't remember her name. The creator of Sailor Moon was like, I originally wanted to make Mercury a robot, and they said no. And
Oh yeah, that's right.
then that joke would have been even crazier.
I don't know, like it's like look at, for example, the original designs for the I was about to say Sailor Scouts. Oh well, whatever. I will out myself as someone who grew up on the Dick Dub. Sailor Scouts, the original design for those. I'm like, on the one hand, what we got was better in the long run. At the same time, I really, really like those original designs. I think there's
Yeah, me
something to them.
too.
Are just like, oh, this has something. But I can tell that it also was like maybe would not have worked in the long run because like sometimes that's kind of like the dynamics of the team. You kind of all have to have like somewhat of a base design, right? And then each one can be like personalized, like colors or shoes or whatever. So
Yeah, well, I'm sure with her production schedule too, it was easier just to give everybody the same basic outfit and just change up things like the colors and the shoes and stuff.
also
Oh
that,
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, like I feel bad for her because she was in a re-release they did a couple of years ago in Japan that obviously they released in like I think 5 years ago in outside of Japan. At least in the US. She was like going kind of like looking back at Sailor Moon in like comic strips in the afterward, and at one point she's like, I remember almost none of this, and I'm like, I feel bad, but I can also see why you don't remember because when you're working so hard to the point where you're just overworked, you don't remember what you've done
Yeah.
afterwards. Let's see. Blue Dragon, Sailor Mercury, and Setsuna, my favorite. I like Sailor Venus and Sailor Pluto, so yeah, I'm with you with Setsuna. I like Sailor Saturn too, but if you ask me to pick between like Pluto and Saturn, I guess it depends on the day, but I like Pluto a lot more. Hika, she'll especially kill them in retrograde.
Oh my God.
This is a beautiful chat, everybody. I love all of you. Blue Dragon Naoko Takeuchi. Yeah, that's the creator of Sailor Moon. Hika. At the very least, she got to make Saturn a cyborg. True.
Yeah,
Saturn's
I think
my
she ended up being
friend.
able to reuse a lot of ideas further down the line when Sailor Moon just kept being popular and she did just make more.
Yeah. What's so funny to me about the Sailor Saturn being a cyborg is that the anime looked at that and went, "Nah, we're doing something else. We're not doing that. You put it in, and we're still gonna ignore it." I don't know. I always thought that plot point for like I thought it was a weird idea for Mercury, and I can see why for Sailor Shine would work better. But I always remember going, "This feels silly." This plot point of you being a cyborg. I don't know why.
I forgot that Saturn was a cyborg.
See?
But I mean, I only watched it like I didn't get to watch Sailor Moon as much as I would have liked as a kid, just because like it was one of those shows that got put in um whatchamacallit, like time slot hell where like they just could not
Oh
figure out
yeah,
where they wanted to put it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
which I mean, you took a teenage cartoon and you gave it to children, so I mean, you know, what what did you expect?
Yeah. For me, I first found Sailor Moon through like VHS tapes at Toys R Us, and this was I remember feeling a little weird because I watched these tapes and there was nothing at Sailor Moon around that time until like maybe some months afterwards of digging for toys, and then suddenly Sailor Moon was on TV. I think maybe a couple more months later. The problem I had was that it was in the morning. There
Oh,
was one time it was in the afternoon, but then they moved it to the morning. And the problem with me in the morning was not that I could not get up to watch it and then go to school. Is that I don't know the time slot about you guys back in the 90s, but I went to a school where school started at 7:45 a.m. So that meant
damn,
I had to wake up at like 5:30 to 6 to get
Jesus.
ready.
that's awful.
And so depending if I woke up early or not, I could watch Sailor Moon, and I also could not watch anything because I had to eat breakfast, get dressed, and then get out because that's how fast time would pass.
I first came across Sailor Moon in a used bookstore in a town that was like an hour away from my hometown. My mom would take my brother and I there pretty often. And I was just like browsing through the comics and I found one of like the old Tokyo Pop mix
Oh
comics that
man,
they published. Uh,
yeah.
and for some reason, I managed to convince my mom to get it for me. And I remember I have distinct memories of reading it on the drive home that night using the light of the headlights of the car behind us to read.
You
See,
gotta make
And
do with what you got.
yeah,
that's
well,
that's
because it was so interesting. It was unlike anything I'd ever encountered up to that point.
that's the
And
shit
then
that I
when I found out that
love.
there was a TV show, that just sealed the deal, and I've been obsessed with it ever since.
That's that's the kind of stories that I love to hear, like as a creator, is like some kid in like just away somewhere that I'll never ever go to just gets super excited, uh, like, and it just breaks their worldview. Like that's just it was like me and Magic Right Ray Earth. Like
It's beautiful. Yes, Imagine I Grave. I
Mhm.
love it. Sailor Moon was definitely eye opening for me, but I feel like for me, Nursing Jiridiga SOS and Rare were kind of like galaxy braining me. And also, there's this comic that few people very rarely know. If they know, they were there, basically. It's called Magical Mates by Mio Odaji. Um, it was published by Antarctic Press in the 90s, and the way they treated it was vastly interesting. Like, I didn't know it at the time. I was a kid. I was just like, why is this comic coming out so like infrequently? Because on I don't know if you guys remember, but like when manga used to be brought as floppies, used to be printed as floppies because they're like, well, we need to attract the readers who read comics in general, and that's how you did it back in the day, All you Zoomers who think, why garbage? And it's like, well, you weren't there. You tried convincing people who've never read manga before how to read manga, all right? Anyway, um, and so they were publishing floppies, and so what what manga floppies used to do, which was kind of a norm for like everything else American comics, is that in like the top left bar, kind of like in Marvel comics, they had like, oh my god, what's that called? I don't know, the character card or whatever. They would always have like, this is this arc 1 of 5 or 1 of 3 or one shot, whatever. And so for Magical Mates, they had originally like 1 of 5, right? By the third or fourth issue, I think it was like of 6, and then the sixth issue came, and it was like 6 of 8, I was like, oh, great. And in the previous catalog, there were like, uh, uh, what's it called? Entries for like issue number 7 and 8. And we ordered them, right? Well, my mother did because I was a kid. I didn't know how to do that. And so, um, even now, I'm still waiting for issue number 7 and 8 because it never came. Uh, I just assume either, maybe it appeared and we just never got it because sometimes previews was like that. You ordered something and sometimes it might not come to you. Or they send you a bootleg version instead because they were selling that through the previous catalog. Yeah, I found out late in life that a bunch of my anime CDs were bootlegs from like Taiwan. And it's like, but this was for legal means? Anyway, that's a long story. Sub story at this rate. Um but yeah, it's like Super Magical Girls. It's using tarot. The webcomic The Electric Rose by Arcana 7 Studios, which is in the collector, reminds me a lot of it. Besides the tarot theme, uh, just the way it's done reminds me a lot of Magical Mates. Um, the problem with that one is that it's not really available to get easily either because, as it turns out, it was independently published by Mio
Oh,
Odaji
Oh.
to sell at like Comic Mark and stuff. So getting copies of that is next to impossible, even from her personally. I one of these days I've been meaning to like just get the courage and like ask her or something like, "Hey, can you get copies of this? I will pay." But yeah, and that one, I was so addicted to that one. I would just reread the comics over and over and over again. And like my main character, Eternal Ara, the hairdo that she has comes directly from the main character, Rinko. Um, Rinko's hairdo. Like I love that character so much. I named my dog after her, after Rinko.
that's so cute.
I yeah. Let me catch up on the chat because there's been a lot of people chatting. Let's see. Hero Kib, it looks so good, super cute, says Blue Dragon. It is looking super good.
Yeah, I like
Blue
it.
Dragon, Blue Dragon. Oh yeah, the mix were great indeed. Um, I actually have something to say about the Cinema Mix manga, but maybe later. Um, Hika, that sounds like a nice memory, indeed. Right, comics. Kids these days watch shows in the order they air. No missing any episode. It's disturbing. You should only watch whatever episode the broadcaster felt like at the time. you know?
That really is an experience that doesn't happen much anymore.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you still have cable, especially if you're like in a rural area, for example, where the internet might not be so good and you kind of have to depend on cable, I feel like some kids will still have that experience, but definitely not the same as back in the day. But yeah, I don't know, sometimes like I know people who are anime fans who will be like, "Yeah, this season has like 80 anime and I'm going to watch every single one of them because that's the season, that's the fall season for example or something." Like, "You say you work, right?" "Yeah." "Where do you get the time to watch these 80 anime series?" I mean, I'm saying 80 as a hyperbolic number, but if you see the amount of anime each season has, it's probably 80. So
Blah.
it's like I wish I had enough time to do that. Blue Dragon Clamp are amazing, indeed. I Cardcaptor Sakura also Galaxy brained me, but that was much later.
Mhm.
Rayerf, by the way, Batichi, I don't know if you know, Rayerf is being re-released in very nice deluxe editions. The
Ah,
manga.
now I have to spend more money.
I'm jealous of you. You got the mashing figures.
I did. I actually have the last one I got to build today. I got Rayearth and Saray's built, and now I need to do
Windham.
Wingdom. And I even got the little the little elemental things to go around them because I'm If I'm gonna spend money, I'm gonna spend it all.
Well, don't worry, Batichi. Someday you'll go to your house and you'll be like, huh, my figures are missing. What happened? And then I will have them because I will have stolen them.
Why? Don't do that. Don't do that to your girl.
No, but those figures are beautiful. Like kid me wanted the figures of the machine so badly, and now 30-something-year-old me has them. But
Yay.
they're also like a quarter of rent money. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm just glad that
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
only obsessed with uh the one
Oh
series,
yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
if I wasn't, I would be so poor.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's like in the mecha genre, there's people who are like, how do I say it? I'm not gonna say how much my rent is, but sometimes some of them will spend exactly the amount my rent is in 1 week, and
Y-
they intend on buying more like figures of like mecha related shows, and I'm like, can I, can I, can you give us some money if you're so rich?
right?
You know. Anyway. Right comics. Question for the panelists. Is Cyber 6 a magical girl? Hmm.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Phantom Thief. Yeah, she could be.
I would argue that she's a magical girl. Um, Especially since it's not, it's like Italian. Is it Italian or Romanian? Can't remember.
I think it's Argentinian Italian,
Okay.
if I'm
Um,
not mistaken.
so like I always give um adjacents in other countries that aren't Japan a little more
Yeah.
leeway into being magical girls, simply because
Yeah,
uh there's like such a cultural difference, but it has like a lot of the similar tropes that exist. So
mm,
I don't want to excuse them because they're not 100%, because they would never be, because they're literally from a different country.
oh yeah, exactly. I mean, I like that's one of the things I want to do in the database is like I don't care where you are. You could be from Madagascar. You're a magical girl. You're a magical girl.
And I
You
mean, like,
know, like
it is a fairly wide genre if you like actually break it down. So, I mean, I feel like a lot of a lot of the argument about who and who is not a magical girl is more just like it doesn't, it's all like, if you get granular enough, both everything and nothing will fit the same definition.
for sure. Like there are some series that even some people would say it's not really magical girl because this, and this. I'm like, yeah, but then that would mean half of the magical girl series also aren't magical girl series, despite the fact that there are magical girl series because you have a specific list that you think is what
Yeah.
makes the genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very broad genre.
Yeah. Shizamura, what's up? What's up, Chiza?
My girl's in the chat. My girl,
The Portuguese have arrived.
here to conquer.
I hope you give us better food than the Spanish did.
I don't think so. 'Cause Brazil has beef with Portugal.
That's true. Never mind. I stand with Brazilians. Let's see. Check your Kofi. I am doing so because I saw your message in Discord right now. I'm trying to check my Kofi. Give me a second. Let me see. See what you do to my Kofi, Shiza. Let me see. Ah, my glob. Ah, my glob. You gave us so much money. Thank you, Cheesa. We're way over our goal, but that is cool. Thank you, Cheesa. Thank you for. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this the best way I can. Best way I can. Hold on. Oh, oh. Hopefully that everybody heard that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Also, before I continue reading the chat, thanks for coming, Jan Can Brams. Jesus.
Boop, boop, boop.
Ay, ay, ay. Thank you, Cheesa. I appreciate your donation. Also, I cannot believe Twitch chat. My keyboard has uh my keyboard has made a fool of me. I meant two exclamation marks and it gave me one exclamation mark and a question mark. How dare you? Do that shit. Nope, it didn't process. Okay, whatever. But your way. There. Enter. Okay. Alrighty, let me continue watching. Not watching, reading the chat. Excuse me. Hika. When I was a kid, I watched Airbender as I saw it. Watching it in order on Netflix during the height of the pandemic was interesting. Right? I feel that way with a lot of shows from my childhood. Sometimes I watch them in order as an adult and be like, huh, this is interesting. Some things make sense. Some things were probably better in the broadcast order. Like, I feel like Adventure Time, for example, that show sometimes never got aired in the broadcast or in the proper order. So there would be episodes that something would happen and then they air new episodes and you're like, wait, I feel like this should have gone like the episode 3 months ago. So I imagine that if somebody in the future were to watch Adventure Time in order, it's like, what is this? It's so different. But like it's also like a weird experience because you're like you can connect the dots, right, if you paid attention, but it's still like weird because of the nature of Adventure Time, right? Because it's a weird show. It's a pretty surreal show. So it's like, huh, does this work or should have been in in the production order? Let's see. Right, comics. At my government job, that's where the fans that watch everything all work. You know what? I'm not surprised. That's all I'll say. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. That's my comment in Minecraft. Gotta protect Twitch chat. Um, all right, we got Chizamura Rai Comics saluting each other. Congrats on book release. Oh yes, indeed. Congrats on releasing No Sarilho book release. You should drop your work comic in the chat. I have it open so that anybody who wants to shield themselves can. So Chizamura, drop your web comic. I order you. Um uh see. Right comics. Cyber Six fights Nazis and is cross dress and it's a cross dresser that likes okay. Is cross dressed that's like a pretty high magical girl score. Indeed. Indeed. Sorry about that. I just dropped candy in my mouth. Hold on.
Whoops.
Um Let's see, Shizumura. Yes, but it's very late and I'm tired. It's okay. It's like what, 1,000 hours AM where you are? It's okay. Shizumura. Look, I don't know what you're referring to. I will pretend I don't know what you're referring to, that is. Jenkan Brams. Oh, I like that heart emoji that you put, Shizumura. Um, Blue Dragon. Not the same topic, but I've been watching Bee and Puppy Cat. It is so adorable. The original on YouTube and the Netflix Lazy in Space.
Oh my
Uh,
god, yeah. And Puppy Cat.
I was not expecting it because I backed the original Kickstarter, so I was like kind of disappointed by the way that the series ended because I was like, what the hell was that? Uh, and then we finally started. I'm sorry, words are hard right now.
Oh, it's okay.
Fuck. Oh no.
Words are hard for me too at this hour. Don't worry.
English is hard in general.
Ooh. Okay, let's see. Shizumura dropped her comic. Yay! And emotes. Yay! 2022 3 minutes AM. I must go to the sleepy land. I wish I could stay with yous, but I must sleep. It's okay, Shiza. Try and come back tomorrow. If
Have a
you
good
can.
sleep.
Have a good sleep indeed. Thank you for joining. Let me
Gosh, I remember like 2013, 2014 or something. I was able to watch episodes of Bee and Puppy Cat on my Nintendo 3DS through this little like cartoon app that
Oh
they
my
had.
god, yeah.
That's wild. I was not expecting it to turn into like this surreal adventure of like mid-adulthood.
Yeah, same. I mean, I've been enjoying it, but it definitely was not what I expected.
And also that the voice actors from the Deke Sailor Moon decided to play Toast and it was so good.
Oh my god, I know.
Oh, I've heard that, yeah.
Like honestly, Toast became like my favorite character over watching the new series.
I think I only watched like the first two or first three episodes. However many episodes they had for free on YouTube because I think at some point they kind of locked it behind a paywall or took it off there and you had to go to another website to pay to watch it. I think maybe I don't remember. It was a very long time ago.
Sounds like something that would
Um,
happen.
but what I'm confused is the Netflix version the original version that was on YouTube that had like a couple of these episodes? Is this a new one?
It's a completely new one. They like take
Okay.
the YouTube version and they like condense it down to like 2 or 3 episodes, I think. And then
Okay.
they you get the rest of the story in Lazy in Space.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the first 3 episodes have kind of weird pacing, because they condense, like, the original, like, stuff that was on YouTube into, like, those 3 episodes. Um, or at least for me, it felt like they had weird pacing because of that.
Let's see. All right, comic says Bee and Puppy Cats feels like peak millennial culture. Like this was the last thing the millennials made before they wiped out in the Zoomer Wars.
God.
I like you, right, comics. You can say forever. I mean, I you know what? Maybe every single generation just kills us millennials because like we are the most hated generation. So, you know, boomers, nah. Apparently, millennials are the real evil.
Yeah,
Uh,
we killed all those industries.
that's true.
Yeah,
We
straight
haven't
up
killed
murdered them.
NFTs though. I'm so disappointed in us. We haven't killed that yet.
We're probably too tired from killing everything else.
That's true. It's time for the Zoomers to do something about it. Ay, ay, ay. Zoomer wars. Oh man. Let me see. The Netflix pacing was weird, but this is Hika. The Netflix pacing was weird, but it's our candy, ear candy, and voice actor candy.
Hmm.
Blue Dragon. Oh yeah, Toast is something else.
Yeah, she
Hika.
really is.
Hika says a certain space outlaw has a very cool voice actor or voice actress. Um, Blue Dragon agreed. He sounds like Spike almost from Cowboy Bebop. Hika says it is. Oh, Steve Bloom.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. You know, I was just thinking recently, like, what was the last thing he did? And apparently the stars aligned. So serendipity. Hero Kid. The whole first season is on there now. Nice. Blue Dragon Far Out. Hika. The lady who voices Naruto voices Tempbot for an episode.
Oh, really?
Oh, so
Wow.
this is like greatest hits of voice actors. Blue Dragon. That is so cool how they got so many famous voice actors. I'll say, like even like I thought the lady who did Sailor Moon and the Dicto was like basically retired. So the fact that she is voicing in there is like pretty something else. Although that's Natasha Allegri, right? Who does Bee and Puppy Cat.
Yeah.
I think she grew up with Sailor Moon too, because I remember her saying she was a fan of like Haruka and Michiru. And suppose if I'm remembering correctly, don't quote me on it, but I believe that's slightly what might have inspired Princess Bubblegum and Marceline. So at least for her when she was designing them. I think she
Yeah,
designed them.
she designed she either designed them or designed the fic around them that got really popular.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then she also was the one that created Fiona.
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot about Fiona. Wow. Um, Blue Dragon. Where's our magical girl powers? We need them. We need them for a lot more. I like this post that you're working on right now.
Thank you.
So fluid.
Oh my god, jeez. Sorry, my cat jumped up on my lap and scared me.
But put the mic to the cat. Let us know what it really thinks.
Right. Nori, everybody would like to know what you think. No, she turned away from the microphone.
I see. Howard. Oh no, I'm sorry.
She doesn't deem this conversation worthy of her participation.
All right. Let me check the chat to see. Again, I'm only looking through these. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. I'm just seeing who's here with us. Alrighty. Well, for those of you who partake of the Devil's Lettuce. 420 F1TC001. It's in the chat.
Nice. Hang out, brother.
Um, the, the aliens are still with us. Elysian, Erdine, Alicidra, feet hanging strong in there. Hika, Tamika, Kellerybird, a drink. Paula Arrigui? I hope I said your name right. Comics, Valentina Alcaraz, and Violets. Thanks for being here, y'all.
Also, thank you for running this whole event.
Oh, thank you. I know I don't sound appreciative right now, but that's because I'm tired.
It's okay.
But thank you. I'm glad so far it's worked out.
Yeah, I think
We
this is
also got.
probably. Oop,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think this is the longest I've ever streamed.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it was good because it ended up being like 2 hours for each person.
Mhm.
I'm gonna repeat because, like, as we say in Spanish, ni modo. Oh well. Um, but I don't mind. Um, I don't know. I was actually just thinking out like, this is actually fun. It would be nice if we could do this more often, just like hanging out on stream on Twitch. Not necessarily for a donation drive, but just to do fun stuff. But then I realized, oh wait, there's a magazine we have to do. Uh, you know what? My brain needs to be taken care of. Never mind. Maybe next year in January or something. And
Eventually.
also, yeah, and also that way maybe more people or something. I don't know.
Well, we could also like plan it far enough in advance next time where we could like advertise it for longer.
Yeah.
True. True. Yeah, I was planning on advertising it like on Monday, but things kept happening. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, if I announce it now, then it's gonna be weird if something happens and I can't do the thing. So let me not announce it yet. And then I worked it out on Tuesday, but then something happened. I worked it out
Yay.
on Wednesday. Something happened.
Well, that's because there are 6 planets in retrograde right now.
Darn you, Gatorade. I won't drink you anymore. It's not like I haven't drunken you in like 10 years.
I've always found Gatorade disgusting.
Uh,
I
there's only
liked.
one. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna just say that I liked those. What were they? Sobe drinks? The ones with the lizard on
Oh, the
them?
Sobe.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I just had a war flashback. I haven't seen those in like ages.
Yeah, I think they like discontinued them or something a few years ago.
Yeah. I can't even remember what they were. They were like some sort of like weird tea juice thing.
I thought they were an energy drink, to be honest.
Were they? Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they were
I
like a
kind of had
tea
that.
or something.
Oh, I kind of had the impression because I remember when they were like super, at least in my university, they were super huge when I was an undergrad, and whenever people would drink them, it was almost always kind of like just to stay awake, and I'm like, oh, it must be an energy drink then.
It might have
Oh
been one
yeah.
of those like woo-woo energy drinks.
Maybe,
I
yeah,
was gonna say if it's a tea, it might have had caffeine in it or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
But like, do you remember when people were like, uh, make sure you consume all of the acai seeds, acai seeds, ACAI, uh,
Oh yeah.
and they would put them in everything and be like, this will give
Yeah.
you fucking superpowers,
Oh my God, I think I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, those little things that was freaking everywhere for a while.
and they
Oh
literally
yeah.
did
The
nothing.
latest superfood craze.
Yeah, that's the term, superfood.
Oh man, that feels like it was centuries ago. Let's see the chat. Hika says, yeah, and clap emojis. Blue Dragon, yes, thank you, Nan. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Blue Dragon, could be a good goal for next year streaming more. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'll need. Maybe we'll need money for the database. I don't know. I doubt it. I mean, we have enough space. Um, let's see. I can't edit my own code. Yeah, it's okay, Blue Dragon. Don't worry. Right, comics. How do you say the berry again? A-C-A-I, Akai or Asai?
think that's acai.
Asai. Okay.
I,
No,
I think so.
it's it's one of those words that I've never heard pronounced.
Yeah, same.
So it's like, how do you say it? Actually, I should probably Google it so that way we can all learn. Okay, Google, tell me how to pronounce this word. And no, I'm not gonna look at the International Phonetic Alphabet because that's bourgeoisie propaganda and it's stupid. And I say that as someone who studied linguistics. I can say that. That's why. Um, let's see. Acai. Oh, there's a British pronunciation. What's the British one? Apparently in
Asahi is
Jolly Good.
super dry.
Let me see. Wait. Apparently in Jolly Good England they say acai. So emphasis on the first syllable, whereas in American English is emphasis on the last syllable, which makes sense, I guess. Acai.
Mm.
So let's see. Acai to avocado pipeline is mostly forgotten. Thank you, right, comics? Oh man. Millennials kill acai too. Oh well. Um wait, new business idea. ACAI, using artificial intelligence to make a better berry. How would that work? Hmm. Hika, as someone that took only one linguistics class, I'm curious on how the IPA is BS. Well, first of all, it's my hot take because even in my linguistics class, I was one of very, very few, if not the only one, who was look at it and went, "This is silly. Why do we use this?" And I'll tell you why. And this might be a personal thing, a forewarning, but it's mostly for being an international alphabet, the international phonetic alphabet. Half the time it feels like it's only based on like certain Western languages. And even then, not all of them, does that make sense? If that makes sense. Uh, And also, I guess because I didn't exactly learn to pronounce words without it, for me, it's like, well, why don't you just write it like this? This makes sense phonetically. Instead of using glyphs that normal people are not gonna know, right? Because some of the glyphs are like, well, yeah, this makes sense if you know how to pronounce them in the first place, but the average person won't because the average person is not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys in your schools you were taught that, but I wasn't. The first time I saw an IPA was like in college, you know. So that's also the reason why it also feels like it might be based on like certain Western languages because if I look at how the IPA says these are how these are the sounds that these glyphs make, and you look at it and go, can I transfer that into the other languages? No, I don't think I can. Um, my brain wants me to use like I'm gonna mispronounce it. Uh, Xhosa. Oh. It's one of the languages of the African continent, which is Xhosa. But they say it. It kind of sounds you're clicking your tongue, but you're not really clicking your tongue. It's just hard for me to do because vocal cords are trained another way. Like if you grow up in
Mm.
knowing that language, it's gonna be easy for you. But for someone like me, it's not because it's like, okay, I don't think I can do those words. Like it's like the double R in Spanish, right? If you grow up speaking Spanish, it's gonna be easy for you. If you're not a Spanish native speaker and you're not necessarily coming from like a language background where those sorts of noises are familiar or at least normal as well, it's going to be hard for you. Like in Russian, for example, and in Finnish, Spanish sounds might be easier for you because they have a lot in common, including being able to do double R, like a trill. But yeah, no, but like for Soksa, I think it said, it's been a long time. The IPA doesn't necessarily work either because again, some of the sounds that are just not existent in that quote unquote international alphabet. I must stress this is the my personal hot take. And this is as someone who's not graduated from linguistics, has a lifelong interest in linguistics, but it's not necessarily quote unquote a professional in linguistics, right? I sadly I don't have a master's. Sadly I don't have further training as much as I want to. Uh but yeah, that's like it's I don't know. I'm just like again like the glyphs are fine if you're in a linguistic setting, because most linguists are gonna know how to say those sounds. But the normal average person, you're gonna be like, well, why don't you just write it this way then? And they're going, no, because it has to be this way. Whatever. Uh. So yeah, that's my very long ramble. I have no idea if it made sense,
I have a
but yeah,
question.
yeah, sure.
In this context, what does IPA stand for?
International Phonetic Alphabet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all I
'Cause
was
I
thinking of
never
was
took
beer.
linguini. Wow. I never took linguistics.
I was
Wait,
thinking of
what?
I
So
was
the
thinking
only
of
context I
beer.
have for IPA as an acronym is in regards to beer.
Exactly. There you
Yeah,
So
go.
I was thinking of beer, and you were thinking of pasta, and together we have a carb day. I love it.
Ooh.
yes.
Let me link it in the chat and in Discord so you guys can look at it later. And like again, this is my hot take because for me it's like this doesn't make sense. Why are you guys making us suffer for this? But it's possible that maybe, somebody else might one day be like, "Hey, it's actually like this," and be like, "Oh, well, I guess I get it now." But I highly doubt it as well. Depends. I also Of all the classes I took in linguistics, phonetics was the one I hated the most as well. So that's why I said it's my hot take. I am also extremely biased against the IPA just because I hated the phonetics class in general. So quickly became one of those classes where it's like, okay, fine, I'll suffer through this. Let's see. Hika, I see. Blue Dragon. I was gonna say I think they do that in Shania. Is that an N? It looks like the N with a tilde, so I'm gonna say Shania for now. Um, or maybe it's done in a couple of languages. Former coworker from Zimbabwe spoke Shania and did the sound, but then he was also a joker, so he could have been pulling my leg for funsies. Yeah, no, exactly. Like Nordic languages, for example, are gonna have sounds in common between them because they come from a common source. It's like Romance languages. The sounds are going to be similar to each other, unless you're French, unfortunately. Um, the sounds are going to be similar to each other because they're all descendants of Latin, which has its own set of sounds that are like not necessarily sometimes found in other languages. Like I believe it's either the W or the F or the V, sorry, that's not pronounced as those words, but it's kind of like pronounced like like an F sound, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I took Latin. Um, So yeah, um, but that's why when you start learning languages, there's always like, well, for example, if you know English, German's going to be easy for you because it's the closest to English in terms of sound. Um, uh, which I feel like it's fair. It's a fair comparison. Not exactly completely, but it's probably fair. For example, if you know Spanish, Italian, French, Portuguese are going to be easy for you in terms of sounds. Not necessarily the language, because there's a lot of words that don't necessarily translate one to one. One of the first differences between Portuguese and Spanish I remember learning, for example, is so the word for pregnant, being pregnant in Spanish is embarazada, but in Portuguese, embarazado. I think it's embarazado. I'm sorry, cheese, if you're watching this later. Come scream at me in DMs if I said that wrong. Embarazado is not pregnant. It's I think it's embarrassed. So if you
Hmm.
if you said embarazado in Portuguese trying to refer to pregnant, I think you'd be in a hard in a bit of a pickle. Um uh, and so yeah, I would say it's I feel like there's some languages where if you know them also helps you to learn like not necessarily obvious languages. Like for me, when I took Russian, knowing Spanish helped me a lot. Not only for the sounds because they were easy to make because they were similar to Spanish, but there are also some words that they have that are actually also Spanish words like autor, which is kind of close to autor as we say it. And then bibliografía is also bibliografía in Spanish. Uh, magazine means does not mean magazine in Russian. It means shop, but the way to pronounce it is the same way to pronounce magazine in Spanish, magazine. And so on and so forth. And then Japanese, apparently, if you know Japanese, it's easy for you to learn Russian, and if you know Russian, it's easy for you to learn Japanese to the point where there's actual guides to break it down both languages for either speaker in each language, which I think is pretty interesting. So yeah, that's probably the only phonics part I like comparison. Um, let's see. Hika understands. Thanks for answering my curiosity. Sure, no problem. If I were you, I'd probably like still keep in mind that what I said was again my hot take. Blue Dragon, Indian Pale Ale. Oh no. Blue Dragon. And then there's English, which has so many rules and breaks them all. You should learn German. That made me appreciate English a little bit more. German grammar is a vast wasteland of like very hard grammar order. At least for me, it like Russian ended up being easier for me. I'll just say, which is weird because a lot of people say Russian is hard. And I'm like, okay. Let's see. Right, comics. The debt having countries have similar languages, and the debt owning countries have a similar language.
Ouch.
Debt having countries have similar languages, and debt owning countries have a similar language. I feel like there might be a point there, but the problem is that my brain right now it's like, well, the French they speak in Haiti, which has a huge debt, is not the same language. It's not the same French spoken in any of the other Caribbean countries that speak French. Uh, is not the same as the Quebecois, and Quebecois is certainly not the same as Haitian French or even French French. And then there's Belgian French. Then there's Swiss French. God help you there. And there's another French I'm forgetting. Hmm. It's actually that's actually a pretty good sentence to mull over. Huh. I feel like I should make a list one day with that sentence in mind. Let's see. Actually, languages in the Caribbean is fascinating because you basically have like Spanish Caribbean, you got Dutch Caribbean, you got French Caribbean, you got British Caribbean, and then it's this weird mix where the Spanish Caribbean has to kind of like hang in there because everybody else seems to forget they exist. And then the Dutch Caribbean are just kind of like, well, everybody forgets we exist. We're the Gen Xers of the Caribbean. And then everybody else gets to fight over, I don't know, uh, being shown off in flag parades or something. Um, Blue Dragon. I don't think I'm smart enough to learn. Okay, fair enough. I mean, not everybody is cut out to learn languages, and that's not a bad thing to say. It's just, everybody's brains is wired differently, all right? Some people are good at STEM, some are not. Some people are good at humanities, some are not.
Some people are good
Some
at math,
people,
some aren't.
yeah, I was about to say, my mother just made a gesture towards me about math. I'm like, no, I will not speak of the devil's field here. Sorry, math lovers. um, let's see, Hika. I feel like Russian would be hard for me because my mind wants to see Cyrillic characters as Roman characters. That's fair. And you know what's funny about having learned Russian is that you guys know that whenever there's like a Russian character or Russian branding or pseudo branding, obviously, or stuff like that, they always write Russian or any English word with like the backwards R, for example, and stuff like that. Having learned Russian, I read that and I just go, "This is wrong. These are wrong letters. This is not this letter. This is not this letter. This isn't this." Like the backwards R is ya, ya in Russian, and that means I. So, for example, my name is NAAN would be "У меня зовут NAAN." Although that one doesn't. "У меня зовут." Yeah, that one, the ya is invisible because of the way that sentence is constructed. Never mind. Uh, actually, what sentence could I do? Yeah. Я иду в доме. I think that one could work. Hopefully I conjugated that one right. That says I went home, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's so weird now knowing Russian, being like, oh, that's Cyrillic letters. That's wrong. Stop it, please. Bad design. Rye Comics. The comment about that having countries is about the EU. Oh, okay. See, I told you. I only pretend to be smart. Um, Still, it's a good thing to think about, actually. Oh, EU. You're such a special unit. Let's see, Blue Dragon. There's also the French in New Orleans. That's right, Cajun French. Asian French. Such an interesting um phenomenon. Let's see, right comics. Aradia. Aradia, how dare you? No, I take back your forever card. No, I'm joking. Mm. That's funny. One day if there's a Russian version, I'm gonna do two versions, two brandings. I'm gonna use that one. See who catches it. Oh yeah.
It's funny that we're having this talk about like languages and stuff because I've been trying to learn Greek and
Ooh,
coming from like an English and like Spanish speaking background, it's like completely unlike anything I've ever tried in regards to learning a language before. Not
Yeah.
only in just how like everything is pronounced, but also the fact that it has an entirely different alphabet too.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
So I've been
Yeah.
having to like rewire my brain as I'm trying to learn it.
Yeah. Not only that, like there's a lot of English words and words in other languages, but for the sake of this stream already, English. There's a lot of English words where the prefix, the root, is from Greek. So I imagine that you're
Mhm.
seeing, you might be seeing some familiar words and going, huh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's well, I'm just using Duolingo because I haven't found another like decent language learning tool that
Ooh.
doesn't cost money. So it's just having me do like very basic vocabulary and stuff, but all the words that it's been having me use so far are pretty recognizable. Like museo is the word for museum, and you can very
Mm-hmm.
easily see where, we get that. And then like skeleton is just skeletos and stuff like that. And I'm assuming the
Oh.
further I get into the language, the more it'll teach me words that haven't been adopted into other languages. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
definitely been interesting seeing like what comes from where.
oh for sure. That's how I felt with Latin. I was like, huh, well, that comes from that now. Oh, and that. Oh, look at that one. Oh, look at that one.
Yeah, like the main thing
Yeah,
that's been tripping me up though is using the Greek alphabet because like it's so completely different from English where we just use, the Latin alphabet or whatever, having to learn to recognize all these different characters that sometimes look very similar but make entirely different sounds has been it's been such a challenge for me.
true.
But good on ya.
Thanks, I'm trying.
You
This is all
can
in
do it.
the it's all in the hope that I can one day go to Greece to do a research trip for my comic.
Nice.
Oh, that
That's
that would
valid.
be a dream, being able to fund every trip for research.
God, I know. But yeah, so that's why I've been learning Greek because one day I would like to go to Greece and just go around to all the ancient ruins and stuff like that and just sit there with my sketchbook all day and call it a research trip
Sure, why not? Other people can do it. Why can't you?
because I'm broke. I don't have a passport.
Man.
How long is the stream going for?
Oh, actually, it's 9 o'clock. So let me catch the last few comments in chat so that way we don't miss them by accident. Let me see. Blue Dragon, that'd be confusing for sure. She also says, do your dissertation on it and apply for a scholarship on the whole Greek thing, I think she
I
meant.
think so. I
Uh
mean, if I ever decide to go back to college, I'd go for something in the history field. So theoretically, I could.
indeed. Let's see. Wait, is it dissertation for grad school? Dissertation is for a PhD, so yeah. Thesis is for masters. And that also depends on the field. For example, at least my university had this. If you're going into graphic design, you're either doing an MA or an MFA. One of those is a thesis. The other is you get to have a creative component, which is basically a presentation. Um, Presentation or maybe something physical. Um, Kind of like, practical because it's meant to be the practical degree. And
Mm.
then sort of a thesis, but not really. Because it's not officially listed as a thesis. It's part of the creative component, but you still got to write. But granted, because you're creating something, you're expected to not write as much, basically.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's done in many universities, to be honest, but yeah. Because I remember going, what is this creative component? I've never heard of it. What? Why are you making my life difficult? Because I went for the MA, not the MFA. Because the MFA is geared towards teachers.
I'm learning so much today.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It
Alrighty.
doesn't help that I went to a stupid art school and ended up dropping out, so I had far
Oh.
from the normal college experience. So like this is all new information to me.
Oh no, it's okay. I mean, you make the choices you think are best for you. There's no shame in that. Obviously, your feels you obviously you can get angry at like certain factors.
Oh
Certainly,
yeah,
there are a lot of factors to be.
I absolutely can. The school ended up being one of those freaking scam schools. So
Ew.
Yeah. Oh, did you get to apply then for like the borrower debt thing that they say that if you went to an art institute, basically you're getting that wiped out completely?
yeah, the second that one of my friends actually pointed, like directed me towards that, and I filled out an application immediately.
Oh,
'Cause
sweet.
I went to an art institute, and it was the worst thing of my life, and I've had over 20K in debt for the past 10 years.
Yeah, apparently they're because if you had undergrad debt, it's basically being wiped out. But apparently for like specifically also for like the art institutes that have been proven by everybody that they're scam schools.
Mhm.
Apparently those are also going to be like doubly punished. And obviously, one of those is like, well, guess what? The students are not going to pay any more debt, so
Yeah.
get wrecked.
Yeah, if I ever do decide to go back to school, I definitely wanna do something in the history field. It's like, I feel like I'm pretty good at art, I don't need to go to school for that anymore, so I like to pursue, like, my other primary interest. Also, I'm really good at, like, bookish kind of stuff, so
I feel you. Alrighty, so let me see. Let me read these last few comments before we call it a night. And also, I was like, I should let Batichi finish that pose. um, let's see. Oh man, scam schools are awful. Yep.
yeah.
I went to a. No, wait. Oops, I almost skipped somebody. Right Comics, Loan Forgiveness, Loan Revenge. That's Galaxy Brain right
Yep.
there. Blue Dragon. I went to a UIS, and they were not the best. I got a lot of education, but if you didn't paint, they didn't care much.
Mm.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's pretty much common in a lot of schools. Even my university, which was normal university, um, not an art school. Um, it was kind of like the fine art student, kind of like got always like the biggest um events and stuff. Everybody else kind of had to try to fight for it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Hika. Thanks for streaming, Domain Hype. Indeed.
All the hype.
All the hype. We got way over. I'm really happy about that. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think we'd be funded today, so that makes me happy. Thank you, everyone, so much.
Thank you for setting this
Do
all
you
up.
guys?
Yeah, thanks, Nan, for putting this together.
Oh, thank you. I do appreciate it. I know I don't sound like it, but I really do appreciate it. Um, uh, if not for anybody else in the collective, uh, such things would not be possible, right? It's all a group effort.
Yeah.
Uh, so, any last comments from you guys before we call it a night?
Uh, I'm good.
Yeah,
I hope
I'm good. I mean,
everyone
I'm gonna
has
be
a.
streaming.
Wait, before everyone leaves, Blue Dragon, drop the link to Batichi's comic again, please.
Oh yes, thank you.
Nobody leave yet. Yeah, wait. Come back.
Don't go.
Let's see who was with us until the end. 420 still with us. Alistra, Alien Gathering. Oh, the other alien left. Oh well.
Oh, bummer.
Commander Root, Elysian Airdyne, Feet. Feet, thank you for your loyal service. Hika Tamika, Kellerybird, Paula Arrigui, Ray Comics, Valentina Alcaraz, and Violet's TV. Wild Blue Dragon still looks for the link. Actually, let me see if I can find it faster than you can. Let's see. X.
It's
Yep.
xiicomic.com.
Yeah, that's how I remember because it's pretty short. Cool. Thank you. That's Batishi's comic. You can go read it. And this image comes from the sequel that's coming in January of next year of Rogues and Remnants.
Yeah, boy.
Most excellent. Um, come back tomorrow, same time, same people,
Same
um,
time, same place, same people.
same channel. Tomorrow Rink starts off the stream.
Yes.
So if you want to see what she's gonna work on, come back tomorrow. Thank you
Come
everyone
back
so
and we can
much.
hang out and have more enlightening discussions.
Yeah.
Indeed. And have some more Gatorade. Um
You can have all the
so yes.
Gatorade you want.
Yes.
And yay. So yeah. Uh thank you again everyone truly for coming. You made the stream great. I had fun. This was great.
I had so much fun.
Um
Yeah.
yeah. So thank you all so much for coming. Keep your stick on the ice. Stay safe. Don't get COVID. Don't get monkeypox. Don't get anything else really. Get all your shots.
Jesus.
Eat something.
Check
Hug
out
a pet.
everybody's comics.
That's true. Check out the comics. Hug a pet. Hug your mom. Hug your dad. Hug your friend if you don't have parents.
Right?
Hug
Don't forget
somebody.
to eat something.
Also that. Don't forget to drink water. The dragon says New Year, your pets. Okay.
Okay, well, no, that's actually on my to-do list. So,
Okay. You know what? That's a good way to end it. See y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Good night. Good
bye,
luck.
everybody.
Buenas
Bye.
noches.